Hello, and welcome to my second part in my Making Brown series. There's going to be 3 videos of that, and I'll explain why in a second. This is just for Arctic Fox. I do hope to do this with more brands in the future, but I haven't gotten through that many dyes yet, so we're just sticking to Arctic Fox for now. So we're going to be looking at Sunset Orange with Periwinkle, Poseidon, and Blue Jean Baby. I'm struggling to hold them all. So I have a color wheel that I made. We have the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. When you mix those together, you'll get orange, green, and purple. And with making brown, essentially you mix the colors across from each other on the wheel to make brown. So today we're going to be doing blue and orange. Last time we did purple and yellow, so the last video will be red and green. Someone did mention in the comments of my last video too that technically cyan, magenta, and yellow are more likely to be the actual primary colors. But if you mix those together with their opposites, you're more likely to actually get gray instead of brown. So this still works out for us anyways. But if you're interested in me doing this again but trying to make gray, let me know. I might experiment for you guys. Definitely would be a lot harder, but I think it would be fun. And if you're wondering, I'm not using aquamarine in this mix because to me it was just too green. It wasn't as true blue. And I'm also not using Porange from Arctic Fox, their other orange, because it's a neon, and I learned in my purple versus yellow video that mixing with neon doesn't seem to always get the best results. So we're just sticking to Sunset Orange. So I have 3 swatches here, and since they're all blonde, I'm not doing numbers. I just did smiley faces. I want to do dark to light, so the darkest smiley will be Blue Jean Baby with Sunset Orange, Poseidon with Sunset Orange, and Periwinkle with Sunset Orange. So we're going to start with Blue Jean Baby with Sunset Orange, and that is a 2-to-1 ratio, so that's 2 parts of Blue Jean Baby with 1 part Sunset Orange. And if you wanted to, you could definitely add a little bit more Sunset Orange, like an equal amount, to make it a little bit warmer. Honestly, you could definitely customize your colors too by not measuring, but because I measure everything, it's got to be a little bit more exact, which will kind of play a part in the Periwinkle versus Sunset Orange, but we'll talk about that when we get there. For the second mixture, we're going to do a 3-to-1 ratio. So that is 3 parts of Poseidon to 1 part Sunset Orange. Once again, you could definitely add more Sunset Orange to warm this dye up. In fact, I originally was going to do a 2-to-1 ratio, but the longer it sat on my little paper towel swatch, the more red, like orangey, it started to look. So I added more Poseidon and it neutralized it even more, and I'm pretty happy with that. And for the last swatch, it's going to be a 6-to-1 ratio. So that is 6 parts Periwinkle to 1 part Sunset Orange. I'm really not sure how this is going to turn out. I was really torn if I should leave it the way it is or add more Sunset Orange, because when I first swatched it, it was very purple. So I added more Sunset Orange to the mix that we have now. To me, it still had a kind of purpley look, so I almost added more Sunset Orange, but then I remembered that Periwinkle is not that pigmented, especially compared to Sunset Orange. So I decided to leave it how it is. But like I said, because I have to measure everything for you guys so you can recreate these better, I can't add just a couple drops of Periwinkle like I would like to make it a little more neutral. Hypothetically, if the Sunset Orange takes a little bit too well, you definitely could add a few more drops of Periwinkle to maybe make it less warm. Okay, so I'm going to let these sit for 3 hours. I will then rinse them out, and when they're dry, we will then jump right into some before and after clips. All right, jumping right in, we're going to start with the Blue Jean Baby mixed with Sunset Orange. I was really, truly not expecting this one to turn out as good as it did. And spoiler alert, it is the most brown one out of the 3. I was actually expecting the Poseidon and Sunset Orange to be the best looking one because I thought that Poseidon was closer in color to Sunset Orange, but I guess the Blue Jean Baby is actually a better match. And I actually really like the shade of brown. It's not like purpley, but it almost, I don't want to say it has a purple hue because it's not purple, but it's not quite like a mahogany either. I don't know. It's a very nice color though. And again, my favorite. This is the Poseidon mixed with Sunset Orange. I don't know if I left in the clips earlier of me freaking out because when I first applied this color, the Sunset Orange was just quickly soaking into the hair and it looked orange underneath. I was so scared. Luckily, the Poseidon did eventually soak in, which is why you want to let your hair sit sometimes with these dyes for a little while. This one turned out quite nice as well. It's just a little more red than I was intending, but it's still a very nice color. Doing these mixes is a little bit difficult because there's not exact opposites of each other. Maybe I'll make a fourth video trying to make brown my own way with Arctic Fox. And now we are doing Periwinkle mixed with Sunset Orange. And while this is not a brown, oh my gosh, did this turn out like the nicest, most natural red? Like, I was not expecting this. So like I said earlier, it's a little bit difficult trying to get the result that I want by measuring because when I swatched my original mixture, it looked straight up purple. I added one more part of the Sunset Orange. I left it how it was, and I'm really glad I did, but now I'm almost wondering if I would have just used that original more purpley shade, if it would have looked more brown, considering the Periwinkle probably just didn't take on the hair as well as the Sunset Orange did. But either way, if you're looking to make a natural red, this is it. I hope this video helps. With how these swatches have been turning out, I really think I might do a fourth video in the series where I just try to make brown myself and not do it in the very like scientific way. I don't know if scientific is actually the right word, but you know what I mean. I'm super curious about how the red versus green is going to turn out. So far, even the purple and yellow ones had like a slight reddish hue to them. So will those ones be red as well? Probably, but thank you so much to my patrons and thank you so much for watching. And I can't wait to see you in our next part of the series.